11 in this game. 42-31 Hoban in favor of, as the Tigers now try to battle back an 11-point deficit of their own. They got plenty of shooters on this team though, folks, but the Knights have been swarming on defense and really making life hard. Tigers able to recover, get it back, try to beat them to this side of the floor. Bounce pass stolen away. Devin Harris stays with it. And the Knights again will reset. Tigers trying to kick up the tempo, perhaps working a little bit too fast right now and risking a tiny bit of sloppiness with the quick work that they've been doing. Maybe just a tick too fast that they're operating. Try to go bounce pass, measured that up nicely for the steal that time. As a steal right back though, as able to cover it up, Zoe Hodge. Kick it out, Stevens, foot on the line, two, knock it down. Naira Stevens, another bucket. She's got 15, the Knights up by 13. Three-pointer up and in, Masucci. Her bread and butter shot. Wings are dings for Masucci, as she's always winning the victory bell when she's knocking down those shots. Over to Stevens, opposite wing, drives in, passes to Harris. Harris with the possession, turnaround blocked. DeSalvo with good pressure. They brought the trap and able to get it off one of the Tigers. Was Harris to keep possession in favor of the Knights. 10-point game. Hoban with the lead, 2:28 in the third. Pass goes to Stevens. Stevens, turnaround try, and a nice block by the Tigers that time as Kubancic gets the block and Masucci gets the foul on the other end. We've seen Masucci enter takeover mode in plenty of games already this season, but as last season as well. When she gets hot from outside the arc, she becomes as close to automatic as they can get. 2:19 to go. And the first of two is good. Howland back to within a single-digit deficit after that free throw make. Masucci, after that score, has 12 now, leading the Tigers. Make it 13. Baker's dozen for Such. Lead down to 8. Knights able to flip the script on the Tigers, but still trying to cover the advantage and get the win. Tigers on the comeback trail, looking to claw their way back. Three-pointer up, left short, rebounded by Howland. Masucci able to keep the handle and dish off to the near side. Working from the middle, picked up the dribble, goes over the top. Masucci open look from the wing, can't splash it home. Tries to track down her own rebound and saves it off of Edinburgh. You love the hustle and you love the effort, Masucci. Looks to get her team another possession, as inbounding going to be DeSalvo. Minute 49 in the third, still plenty of time left in this one, still anybody's game. Knights trying to extend the lead, try to ice it a little early. Tigers looking to fight back. Masucci stops, kicks over to DeSalvo. Lost her footing, able to regain it with the dribble. Nicely done. Has to pass somewhere, goes to Hozo on the cut. Hozo gets the foul. Ran the bucket a little bit too much that time, but still got the contact on the late end of it. 93 seconds in the third, 2 free throws coming up for Gia Hozo. Hozo's first is good. Free throws, so critical to try to make when you are on the downside of a game, as with the deficit, the Tigers have hit their last 4 and cut this lead to 6 for the Knights. Taylor Banta, under 90 seconds to play in the third. Banta, they keep it around the perimeter, find Banta on the far wing. Calls to clear out some space and take it to the top. Defensively, Kubancic picks her up, the freshman. Sophomore on freshman. Banta Gets the screen, kicks to Kennedy. Finley, Kennedy's three, and she gets it in. Banks are open on Wednesday night here in Akron, as Hoban knocks down the tray and the shot attempt the other way, drawing the foul. 53.4 seconds to go. That's number 5 on the Knights. It's bonus time for the remainder of this quarter for the Tigers, as Maya Kubancic to the line for 2. Kubancic with 3 points on the night, 4 rebounds as well. And 2 shot attempts now at the stripe. First one can't bounce through. Hit every part of that rim, just could not find the bottom. Substitutions coming in for the Knights. Kubancic tries to go 1 for 2 at the stripe. Second one rattles home. 8-point game. Knights looking to extend before the third quarter buzzer. Banta with Hozo on her. Goes to the middle. Trying to drive inside, kick it out. That's Mackenzie Grant able to get it over to Hodge. Now back to Banta. Keeping it around the perimeter, trying to find a seam. They kick it over. Davis, the 3. Left it on iron, rebounded. Tigers running the transition game, 20 and ticking. Nice job by the Knights to catch up on defense. Found the lane, couldn't find the bucket. Second chance try is good though, as Powell puts it through. 6-point game, still 10 seconds and ticking. Knights quickly try to set up a play and get a shot up. 5 and ticking. Banta says, I'll take it myself. Dumps to the corner. Well, looks like it was more of a bounce off one of the Knights, as that'll do it here in the third. Hoban leading by 6, but the Tigers on the comeback trail. We got a final 8 minutes coming up here from Barry Gym right after this on YSN Live.
De-stress, de-ache, detoxify after a long, stressful day. Calm your mind, relax your body. You deserve it. With prices starting as low as $89 per month, anyone can afford the spa or sauna of their dreams at Burnett Pool Spas and Hot Tubs.
Burnett Pools, we've got it all.
American Beacon, LLC. Custom raised garden beds, landscapes, and hardscapes. And this Christmas season, we'll make sure Santa can't miss your house. American Beacon, LLC. Give us a call.
The relief you've been looking for is here. We promote the body's natural self-healing. The power of care is nothing without hope, and our acupuncture treatments were created with true healing in mind. Find your hope at Meridian Healthcare.
Start of the fourth quarter here, as close one, 6-point game. Knights leading by 6, 47-41. Both these teams have had leads in the double digits on one another in this one. Tigers, most recently the ones down by double digits. They've clawed back within 6. Knights had the opportunity to put them away. So did the Tigers early on, trying to build on a lead. Neither team could put together that final knockout blow. Tigers, good defensive stand, get an extra possession. Tigers have gotten a little bit better dealing with that press of the Knights, but no doubt that Knights press has created its fair share of turnovers, especially starting in that second quarter. Whistle blown, a little bit too much contact. Not that teams necessarily plan for it or attempt to, but if you're playing a little bit more physical, sometimes fouls the nature of the game. If you can get some early fouls on a team, especially if you're the one down in a quarter, it can certainly help, especially in the fourth if you're trying to put together a comeback. Masucci, a featured piece, is going to get featured heavily in the fourth, and she'll draw the contact and go to the line for 2. Alyssa Masucci, a scorer that can do it all. Great on the drive, great on the stop, pop, and shoot from the mid-range, and of course, the bread and butter arc shot for Masucci. As good as it gets just about from that three-point arc. That's her whole family, though. That's what the Masucci's have always done. She knocks down the first of her 2 free throw attempts and makes this a 5-point game. Multiple sport athlete as well, Masucci. Also participates in volleyball and softball. Committed to Slippery Rock University, Masucci is. Made 2 of 2 free throws. Knights try to respond with a 3. Back iron shot recovered, though, by Grant. Pass goes to the middle into the hands of the Tigers. Tigers have an opportunity to cut it. Hozo with a 3. Left it on the iron. Masucci with the board. Masucci finds a lane, puts up the floater, left it short, rebounded by Grant. Grant gets it out. Transition, Kennedy. Goes to Hodge. Hodge bounce pass to the baseline. Stevens drives it. Kicks to the near corner. Finley, Kennedy, 3 on the way. Left short, rebounded Tigers. Tigers now run it. Slowed down again. Good job by the Knights, just trying to thwart that fast break. Mid-range try. Powell left it short. Rebound taken out of the hands of Stevens. Hozo gets the steal, gets the contact, and gets to the line for 2. Credit both of these teams down by double digits. It's not always easy putting it in your head to want to get back on that comeback trail and not get defeated mentally out there on the floor when everything seems to be going right for one team. Both these teams able to battle it out, show their grit, show their toughness early on in the season. And both these teams want to keep that goose egg in that loss column. Why wouldn't you? It's a 1-possession game here from Barry Jim once again. Hozo, 1 of 2 already at the line, looking to go 2 of 2. And she does. Howland has been really good at the free throw line here in the second half, and it's certainly aided them to this point. 6-10 in the fourth. Devin Harris finds a lane to the bucket and scores. Nice drive and take by Harris. Lead back to 4. Howland runs the transition. Oh, what a pass to Masucci, but she couldn't convert. A rare miss on an open look for Masucci. Banta kicks over Edinburgh. Thinks about it, then goes to Kennedy, and they slow it down. Knights with a 4-point lead, 5:40 in the fourth. Quick passes, cut to the baseline, try off the glass, get it off the window, Taylor Banta, and the Knights back up by a half dozen. Pass goes to the middle and tied up, Banta gets the steal. Counter steal though, Barish gets it out, Masucci open lane, looking for the contact, she'll take it. Couldn't finish it for the and one try, but you'll have to get 2 the old-fashioned way and earn them at the stripe. Kennedy gets called for the foul, as Finley Kennedy's, I believe it was her second. It was. Masucci 15 points in this game, also with 9 rebounds, 1 shy of the double-double, and a sweet 16 in the box score for Such now after that bucket. Couple substitutions as both Niera Stevens checking in for the Knights as well as Amaria Davis. Masucci left it a little shy. Davis gets the board. Taylor Banta kicks up the head of steam, kicks to the corner, 3-pointer up, left it a little wide left, offensive board, and up and through. Niera Stevens cleans up the glass and gets the bucket. The score is 7 points lead, 53-46. Couldn't get the charge. Stevens asking for it. Hozo gets the bucket. Right back into transition. Knights try to get that points back and able to draw the foul and go to the line for 2 as Edinburgh draws the first foul of the Tigers here in this fourth quarter. First foul of the Knights, or excuse me, the Tigers. 4 fouls for the Knights though, as they have none left to give. Next one by Hoban does put the Howland Tigers into the bonus. Knights now back up by 6. Round of applause for Amaya Kubansik, the 6-foot freshman for the Tigers. Has been playing a nice game defensively, has found a couple of shots to fall as well against a very talented Archbishop Hoban Knights team. Oh, what a steal. Edinburgh picked it clean. tries to find the pass, goes to Harris. Harris muscles it in. The lead to 8, and the Tigers able to draw the foul. Stevens gets called for it. That's 5 now on Hoban, and that's the bonus for the Tigers. 2 free throws coming up. You got to feel like if there's one thing that the Tigers were trying to play to is just getting those shots off, trying to get them through a little bit of contact if you could. It does 2 things for you when you get to this bonus situation. It not only gives you the 2 free throw attempts at the stripe, it also stops the clock every time you get a foul created. But the key is you got to make those free throws. It's only been a rare miss in the second half for the Tigers. Only the 3rd, I believe, at the stripe for Howland here in the second half. Can't convert either there. Unfortunate trip for the Tigers. Hoban looks to take advantage of it. Banta with it, 4.5 in, ticking, 8-point lead. Knights not in a real big hurry to run any kind of offense. They can afford to stay patient. Devin Harris putting it on her back and says, we'll get there one way or another. Look at her going for the steal, drawing the jump ball, and Devin Harris doing it on defense, doing it on offense. 8 and 8 for Harris right now as she approaches the double-double. 4:12 left in the game, 10-point lead for the Knights. Tigers were able to cut it to 2 in this quarter. Knights build it right back up. Harris checks out. Kathleen Jones checks in. Jones, multiple sport athlete here on the Knights, also catcher on the volleyball court as well. Masucci, nice dribble moves into the post, floater up, left it on the rim, and the foul called afterwards as Stevens gets the board. You love the way Niera Stevens plays. So much grit, so much intensity, leaves it all out on the floor, and you could tell by her play style. Gets a possession for her team and a timeout taken on the floor. Head coach Aaron Pounds wants to call it. 4:01 left in this game as the Knights lead the Tigers by 10.
Game days are a big deal at Giangelo's. Draft and bucket specials, pizza and wing specials all day long. 120-inch TV to watch all your teams on the NFL Network, only at Giangelo's.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Going the extra mile means doing more for the people who matter most to you. It's how you take care of your family and yourself, how hard you work and play. At Greenwood Chevrolet, we know going the extra mile is about more than what we do at our dealership.
American Beacon, LLC. Custom raised garden beds, landscapes, and hardscapes. And this Christmas season, we'll make sure Santa can't miss your house. American Beacon, LLC. Give us a call.
Folks, we of course thank all of our sponsors here on the network that make games like tonight completely possible to be brought to your homes free of charge. Also want to remind you, if you want to be a sponsor here on the network, it's easy. Go to our advertising page, ysnlive.com/advertise. That's ysnlive.com/advertise to find the package that best fits you and your company. Knights with a 10-point lead in this one, and they're going to have an opportunity to extend it on that cut on the baseline, creating contact, and 2 now at the stripe for Edinburgh. 3rd foul in the 4th quarter for the Tigers. I want to bounce off back iron, and no good. Edinburgh, 7 points, 4 rebounds on tonight's contest. Misses that one again. Stevens secures the board, gets it out to Davis, and the Knights create another possession, but also can burn the clock a little bit with a 10-point advantage. Banta picked up the dribble in the half-court circle, and Coach Davis, aware of that, and saves her team a possession, saves her player Banta, too, from any further trouble. Calls for the whistle at 3:35. We're going to go back into thanking some of our sponsors, folks, as we cross a few more off of our list here on the network.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex and I'm why I'm proud.
Help for your child to grow and succeed. We provide a path forward for you and your family. The power of care is nothing without hope, and our adolescent programs were created with true healing in mind. Find your hope at Meridian Healthcare.
Out of the Coach Davis timeout for the Knights, 3:35 remaining here from Barry Gym at the castle of Archbishop Hoban High School. Knights have rebuilt their double-digit advantage and looking to clinch their 4th victory of the season. Oh, nice pass by Stevens to the corner, 3-pointer up. Howland fans rather wanted a travel on the call. Didn't get it. Officiating crew has been pretty good though as far as being even. Both sides haven't been any wild calls as far as leaning one way or the other. Attempted shot got knocked loose into the hands. Devin Harris looks to go coast to coast, tried to bounce pass it, and it went off the legs of Powell, who able to jump on it, create a jump ball, and possession stays with Hoban. Finley Kennedy going to check in for the Knights, coming in for Grant. Edinburgh to inbound, a tick over 3 minutes to play here in the 4th. Goes deep to Hodge. Hodge brings it to the top, deals to Edinburgh. Thought about the shot attempt, passed it up, and resets from the top. Hodge with the pressure, goes to Stevens. Stevens back to Harris. Knights. No rush for offense. Stay patient with it as they went to that double team. Couldn't secure it. Hodge, as Masucci saves it, goes to the corner, steps out of bounds. Oh, she would have splashed it too. And it's always how it works. After the whistle's blown, it feels like you make every single one of them. The turnover on the step out of bounds goes back to the Knights. A little under 2.5 at 2:29 in the game. Hoban looking to start off 4-0 on the season, while simultaneously handing the Tigers their first loss on the year. Dangerous pass, Stevens keeps it alive, back to Banta on the handoff. Banta, oh, nice job by the Knights. The give and go, and Banta, the recipient of the score, the lead to a dozen. Howland needing shots up and needing them in a hurry, left it short. Barish will save it for at least another possession. 2 ticks under 2 minutes in the 4th. Barish will be inbounding, baseline underneath the Tigers bucket. And prior to a timeout being taken, and I believe it is a 30-second one, it is. So with that 30-second timeout, let's real quickly thank our friends over at 21WF.
Local teams are heating up the hardwoods, and you can keep up with all the action on and off the court with Five Guys Hoop News all season long on 21 Sports.
We appreciate our friends over at 21WFMJ and their Five Guys Hoop News. Of course, folks, for extra and additional coverage of basketball this winter season, be sure to tune in to our friends over at 21WFMJ. And again, folks, if you want to become one of the advertisers or sponsors here on the network, ysnlive.com/advertise. As we have all of our package breakdowns, you could have your logo rolling, as you see in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, a 15-second commercial, a 30-second commercial, or go all the way up to a premier sponsorship and get perks such as grandfathered pricing. As ysnlive.com/advertise, your spot to find the package that best fits you and your company. Winter season 2, we're getting right into the thick of it. Basketball, both boys and girls side. We saw boys basketball open up December 1st. Still a handful of teams getting ready to tip off, including the Archbishop Hoban Knights boys basketball team, the reigning defending undisputed Division I state champions of last year, 2022-23 season, coming back into this season as well. You can, of course, catch Hoban Knights boys basketball games here on the network as well. Howland and Hoban girls basketball in a very intriguing matchup, but the Knights have rebuilt a 12-point lead. Howland needs to compile some shots, can't get it there. Get the offensive board and bucket by DeSalvo. Tigers fighting tooth and nail, trying to get a quick score. Edinburgh high up off the shot attempt, couldn't get it. Kick back out, it's knocked out of bounds, and they say off of the Knights. Knights can't believe it, as it's Tigers basketball. Hozo inbounds, goes to DeSalvo. 90 seconds and ticking. Needing a bucket, needing to get out of pressure. DeSalvo takes it the whole way and gets fouled. And Hoban, love them being aggressive though, but that foul gonna stop the clock and send the Tigers to the line for two. Big part is for the Tigers, they need to convert these free throws in the worst way now. Can't really afford many misses going forward. Get that foot on the nail, lock the eyes in on the rim, and knock down the first of two. Second attempt, bounce off front iron and bounce through. Back down to an 8-point game. Love the grit from this Tigers team, not giving up. Banta, nice crossover move to get open. Gets across the half court. DeSalvo on her defensively and knocked out of bounds. Keep it with the Knights. Minute 15 to go. To that backcourt, DeSalvo tries to catch up with Banta. Banta shaking and baking with the ball. 65 seconds left. Banta kicks out, corner, swing it to the wing. Didn't take the shot, rather burn the clock with an 8-point lead. Banta avoids the foul, kicks it out to Stevens, swing it around. Good job playing avoidance, but the foul is called, but only 3 on the Tigers, and it's where it becomes kind of a double-edged sword if you're playing clean defense, but you're also down. If you find yourself in this situation, you have to give a foul and still get another one. The Knights are able to squeak loose. They can burn additional time off this clock now. Edinburgh will inbound. Backcourt to Banta. Banta tries to avoid the pressure, burns a few more seconds off the clock. 50.2. Knights now in the bonus. Stepping to the line 4-2 is number 2, Taylin Banta. Banta on the game. Another nice one. She's kind of misdo all for the Knights. 6 points, 3 rebounds. Guarantee you a plethora of assists. Couple of steals you can mix in there as well for sure. 8-point lead, make it 9 for the Knights. 3 possession lead still. This next one could stretch it to 4 and really make life tough on the Tigers. Second shot is good. Knights back up by 10. Howland, little overpass, tried to save it, but goes into the hands of Devin Harris, who kicks it back to Banta. And the foul immediately by Masucci at 40.8. Turnover really hurting the Tigers as the Knights can extend the lead to as much as 12. That one has all but iced this one now here from Barry Jim. Banta continuing to put the free throws through the net. 3 in a row now for Banta, and the lead back up to 11 for Hoban. Make it a dozen. 4 in a row for Banta. Tie up for the ball as Hozo and Banta are in a jump ball situation. Keep it with the Tigers, 38.8 to go. Trying to inbound. Tigers able to get it into Adams. Emily Adams gives it up to Hozo. 30 seconds and ticking. Hozo Try to get it to Masucci. Stevens with the steal. Coast to coast take. And that's the cherry on top. A 14-point lead and a turnover in the transition. Well, I guess you could say it was a completed steal and step out of bounds. Tigers get it. But the 14-point lead has done it here from Barry Jim. Tigers just looking for an extra shot before the buzzer. Hoban denies it, 10 seconds and ticking. Back to Masucci. Masucci step back, fires, and left it a little short. And that'll do it here from Barry Jim as the Knights from down 11 come roaring back to get the 14-point win and go 4-0 on the season, handing the Tigers their first loss. Howland is now 3-1 on the campaign. We thank you again, folks, for tuning into ysnlive.com for all the action here of Hoban basketball, both boys and girls in the winter season. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching this broadcast of high school basketball on ysnlive.com. To our proud owners, both DJ Oakley and Brian Scott, who are able to bring this game to each and every person unable to make it in attendance tonight. To our GM, Steve Leslie, with his work with Bob Seton Park Baseball, YSU Football, ysnlive.com, the many hats that Mr. Leslie wears, and we thank him for each and every single one of them. And most importantly, to all of you tuning in and helping support these kids, schools, and communities. You guys are really and truly what YSN Live is all about, and so we thank you. If you are tuning in from afar in the Warren Howland community, we want to thank you for your continued and constant support of not only the Howland Tigers athletics, but also ysnlive.com. Or if you're right here in the Akron community supporting the Archbishop Hoban Knights, we want to thank you for your continued and constant support of not only Archbishop Hoban athletics, but also ysnlive.com. Or wherever you may be in the sport of high school basketball. This is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good night, everybody.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network.